This is the MT Predictor Weekly Market Update for December 7th. Hard to believe that we are in the last month of the year here. Let's just take a look. This is the Dow futures contract here, but the 5-wave pattern up into the minimum wave 5 target here. There is the tendency that it would then correct back to this wave 4 decision point, which we saw. If this holds as support, then the trend which was up prior should continue up, and that's what we got. Now this is the next resistance level. You see the Dow has taken that out, and I do the little line here because that's Dow 18,000. That was my target heading into Christmas, and so we're a day's or two's trading away from potentially reaching that target here. We'll have I think in 2 weeks we've got our options expiration. And again, that's another tendency, is that markets like to rally into options expiration week. So we'll see if those things coupled, markets like to rally into holidays as well. So we'll see if that takes us to 18,000 in the Dow. Nice round number. It's a big target out there. S&P, slowly working its way through its decision point resistance. That's off of the last DP where we had the nice sell-off there. Alright, strength has come off the STF, so the oscillator is below the gray band here. Maybe, like I said, we get the Dow up into 18,000. Maybe we consolidate a bit from there. We'll watch and see, if we get any pattern that might indicate some corrective action. But and let's look at the NQ here as well. This is the weekly chart. You can see the 5-wave pattern here that the NQ is completed. You can see wave 1 is back here. So there's that 5 waves. We do have a close, and we have strength on the STF here. We have a close above the minimum wave 5 target here. That high has not been taken out. If we do see the NQ get above that high, which was 43.48, alright, that's probably a sign that we'll at least try the 4400 and probably reach the typical wave 5 target just above that 4400, around 4450, 4460 level. If it fails to take that out, then we may have a little topping pattern. If we take out this week's low here, what was that? 42.73.50. If we take that low out, we may get some corrective action. We do have strength again on the STF to the upside, so I think any pullbacks here would be shallow, and maybe again that attraction into the holiday, into options expiration. We'll see. All right, let's look at the we'll look at the dollar index. Where's my dollar index chart here? Go. Right, so this is really the main driver of a lot of things that we're seeing in the metals and commodities, in oil, because the dollar again made the major low here. Let's just kind of do the progression here. So here's the daily chart. Here's our significant low. The wave 1 rally, the ABC correction in a wave 2, that's where we had the TS1 buy signal there, and then the big wave 3 move. Right. Then if we go to the weekly chart, you can see, here's where it started. Again, that's that significant low here. You can see we've reached that target from the buy signal here. That was back in 2011, May of 2011. That set the bottom, and we reached the target here, but here's the 1, the 2, and the 3 now on the weekly chart. So we can project. Now it's closed above the weekly, or this decision point here. We've got a weekly close above that level. You see the strength on the STF. So back at this point here, it was indicating there was going to be more upside ahead. All right, let's just look for the wave 4 pullback where that might come in. Again, this has been very strong. Now there was a report that Putin and Russia were selling dollars We'll see if that gets, I don't know if that's true, we'll see if that gets reflected in the price as we go forward here. But any correction maybe back to $86 level would be a full pullback into the wave 4, but with the strength on the STF, that pullback may be more shallow, and then a wave 5 move to the upside. Now if we go to the monthly chart, this is kind of where we want to end up here, because the monthly chart is in the midst of a holy grail, just like we saw that played out on the daily chart. Now the weekly chart, here on the monthly chart, the significant low, the initial rally, the first ABC correction in wave 2, so this is a 1 ABC in wave 2. Here's the projected typical wave 3 target. So you can see we've taken this level out, and the typical wave 3 is now the target there, right around 92.30. We do have strength coming in on the monthly STF here, indicating that there is more upside ahead. All right, doesn't mean we can't pull back here. As long as the STF stays strong, then we'll make another move higher. This is the monthly chart, so we're talking it can take months to reach this target. Not going to happen overnight. So, but if that continues, if that strength in the dollar continues, then it's going to continue to affect. Let's look at oil. Here's the monthly chart of oil, and you can see it's broken down. This long period of consolidation here, it's broken down. This is the DP off of this swing, which is the lowest swing low here over the last few years. And so I think that's probably where we're going to head eventually, is around that $60 level, at the top of that support in oil. If we go to the weekly chart, there's the TS4 sell signal that started the slide there, went through the target, broke the the little support line here, closed below that level. That low was taken out, so that's pointing us down to that $60 target again with strength on the STF. It is a little oversold, so we may get a correction back to around that 71 to 75, maybe retest that level. But if the dollar is going to continue its move up, then this will eventually, I think, roll over and test that $60 level. On the daily chart, we do have a 5-wave pattern down, and the tendency is, though we have strength on the STF, so they may be indicating more downside ahead. But here you would anticipate we would get right from the typical wave 5 target, which is this level it hit, you would get some type of rally off that level. That rally is typically back to the wave 4 DP, but with the strength on the STF on the daily chart here, we may not see that level. Like I said, maybe we get up in that 71, maybe 75 and retest that level. I don't know that we'll have a full corrective move back to the wave 4 DP here at this point. And then again, the dollar is driving what we're seeing in gold. Gold also, this 5-wave pattern down into the weekly support on high volume, indicating that there was some professional buying stepping in here, with the blue buyer's candle confirming that. And again, the tendency is you get a correction back to this wave 4 DP here. We'll see if things kind of rolled over a bit after the announcement that the Swiss will not be backing or adding to their gold reserves. So we'll see if things roll over. If the dollar continues to strengthen, we'll see a rollover retest of this level. Take a decision point off of the bottom of the wave 5 here. So around 1120 would be the next larger support below this level here. If I want to look at silver, let's kind of get the little bigger picture on the weekly chart. So again, we had our 5-wave pattern up that called the top there near the $50. Again, a very extended wave 5 up there, but the tendency from there is to correct back to this wave 4 DP. You can see eventually we did correct back to that level. They've taken that level out. Had a 5-wave pattern here. We reached the minimum wave 5 target and then finally rolled over and reached the right to the typical wave 5 target here. Again, we would anticipate you get some type of rally off of that level. A lot of times what we see is a correction back to the wave 4 DP, which would be this level here. Just move that out of the way for a second. All right, if the dollar is going to continue its strength, then I would anticipate that this rally, maybe we retest, that around 1770 or so, 1780 here, and then maybe things roll over again if the dollar is going to continue its strength. If it even gets to that level, we'll see. But eventually it may roll over. Here's our next support that I'd be looking for. If the dollar is going to go wave 3 up on the monthly chart, then I think eventually we get silver maybe below $12 here. All right, we do have a full slate of economic data this week, culminating in Thursday's jobless claims, retail sales, and then Friday the PPI and consumer sentiment. So a full week this week. I think we'll probably only have this week and next week's market update. I usually take the last couple of weeks of the year off. I'll be traveling and so forth, so we won't have any market updates after next weekend. So I'll wish you all a very good week. We'll see how the markets fare heading into the holiday here. Take care, and we'll see you back next week.